Good morning. I'm here once again at the Wild Basin trailhead located in the Wild Basin section of Rocky Mountain National Park. And I think it's going to be a good day because I got my lucky parking spot. And today I'm going for Junco Lake, which is past Bluebird Lake. It's not even on the map. Looking at about 7.2 miles out with well over a 3,000 foot elevation gain. Official start time, 5:50. And in 30 minutes, I've made it up here to the campsite shortcut trail split. And today I'm gonna stay to the left, take it over by Calypso Cascades and Uzel Falls, because this way is about 1/10 of a mile shorter, and I think the trail is a little better. I've been coming up these steps for a few seconds, and I think these are all new. I do not remember these. They look new. They feel new. So my guess is that they're new. Passing by the Calypso Cascades, and according to the sign back there, I've hiked 1.8 miles. And I'm struggling today. I am not feeling my best. Everything hurts. My knees feel blown out. My back is sore. And overall, I just feel fatigued. Every molecule in my body was wanting to stay home today, lay around, watch old kung fu movies, and just rest up. However, this weather today looked perfect, and I couldn't pass it up. You only get so many of these nice days during the summer that I couldn't let it slip away. I gotta come out here and get good footage for you guys. So I woke up at 3 a.m., got ready, and I'm out here. I need to channel my inner hiking beast and grind it out. It's just now 7 o'clock. So that took 1 hour and 10 minutes to get out here to Uzel Falls. So I'm making good time. However, I've got to keep it going because I've still got a long way to go. And Uzel Falls is tucked right up in there. You can't really see it from the main trail. You got to hike up there, but it's really not too far. I just don't have extra time to be doing all that today. I got to focus on the main goal, and that's getting out to Junco Lake. I tried for it last year and didn't make it. Only made it up to Bluebird, but the weather wasn't cooperating and I did not see the route. However, I've done further research and I think I know where to go now. All right. And not too much further past Uzel Falls is going to be the Bluebird Lake Trail Split. And according to this sign, I've only got 3.3 more miles. That Bluebird Trail Split is roughly halfway out to Bluebird Lake. But there's still like 2/3 of the gain left to do. And as soon as you hit that corner, this thing gets steep and rocky. And this Bluebird trail does mellow out once you get up there. It actually has a nice little bit of downhill, but it is rowdy at the beginning. Whew. And in 2 hours, I've made it out here to the Uzel Lake Trail Split. Another half mile over to Uzel Lake, 2 more miles out to Bluebird Lake. And right off the trail here to my left is going to be Chickadee Pond. And a lot of the lakes and ponds out here are named after birds. You've got Chickadee Pond, Uzel Lake, Bluebird Lake, Lark Pond, Pipit Lake, Junco Lake, and Eagle Lake. And I think there's even another one called Falcon Lake. Lots of water on this hike, which is good, because I filled my Camelback up maybe 50%. I had planned on utilizing my water straw whenever possible, so that way I didn't have to carry as much water on my back. I've made it up to over 10,400 feet. Bluebird Lake is up there at around 11,000, and then Junco is up at around 11,650. So I've got probably 1,200 more feet up to Junco. Beautiful trail up here, but my goodness, it really gives it to you here at the end, straight up the whole time. And this is a really pretty spot right here where you cross over the water. This is a good place to take a final break before that last push up to Bluebird. And from that bridge up to Bluebird, a lot of this is solid rock. Did I get lost already? What the heck is going on? And I'm back on it, looking good once again. Yeah, this is going to be the final push to the top. This is a great trail though. Amazing. And what a beautiful day. And if you try this hike too early in the summer, you're probably going to get a snowfield through here. But my goodness, this thing is relentless at the end. I'm almost up to 10.7, which means I got about 300 more up to Bluebird and just under 1,000 more up to Junco. And this is amazing up here. Beautiful. I just checked the GPS and I've got maybe another 1/10 of a mile out to Bluebird. I'm just under 10,900, so I'm almost up there. And it looks like I can squeeze by the snow here. But yeah, for mid-August, this seems like a lot of snow. All right, and I'm up here, Bluebird Lake. It is just now 9 o'clock on the nose, so that took me 3 hours and 10 minutes. I think that's my fastest time ever. And that wind feels good. I was starting to get a little hot coming up that last part. The adventure's not over yet. I still got a little bit more to do. I gotta take it up to the left somehow, get up on top of those rocks to where Junko Lake is. And this might get tricky. I don't know. So I think what I'm gonna try is I have backtracked it from Bluebird. I'm partially back down the trail. And there's this nice little rocky ledge right here. And I need to get up and over it and on the other side. And then there should be a trough over there that leads up to Junko Lake. And I might be screwing this up right now. I really have no idea. But if I can bounce it across these rocks right here, and there are no huge gaps in between, I think that little trough is right over there just below the snow. And then once I get in that, I should be able to take it straight up to the water. But getting over there might be tricky. I don't know. Like I said, I might be making this way harder than it needs to be. However, I think I see a cairn right over there. Kind of like right there on that little flat rock. So I'm gonna aim for that. All right, and I think I'm looking good now. I've just about made it over there. And that involved a lot of up and down, back and forth, and a few class 3 moves. Yep, and there's another cairn. So I think I'm on the right path. Right here at this small little unnamed pond that is really pretty. I think I'm going to stop for about 5 minutes, fill up my bottle, and drink it down with the life straw. And then I'm going to head over in that direction. All right, I drank some water, swapped out my GoPro battery, swapped out my microphone and receiver. I've got the cairn right here in front of me, and I'm feeling good. Let's keep it going. And check this out through here. This is incredible. We've got the water coming down the rocks. Absolutely amazing. And I think this is right where I want to be. I believe I'm looking up at the trough right here. And that doesn't look too bad at all. In Lisa Foster's book, she says that it's really pretty going up through here. And so far, I believe her. And this is spectacular. Wow. This is exceeding my expectations by a lot. I had no idea it was going to be like this. I feel like this is a part of Rocky Mountain National Park that very few people get to see. According to the GPS, I'm exactly where I want to be. Perfect positioning. However, I've still got another 0.6 of a mile up to Junco. And I might run into problems up here. Looks like there's still a giant snowfield that's lingering. I might be able to get around it to the left and climb up those rocks, but it doesn't look easy. This is a mind-blowing area up here. Absolutely incredible. Yep, I think I need to take it up around the snow. And I think this might be the crux of the hike through here. But it looks like once I can get up there on top of the shelf, it should flatten out all the way to Junco Lake. I just need to get up this part. And this really isn't too bad. I think it looks worse than it is. And this is pretty challenging. These rocks are super duper loose. You just need to hike it like a mountain goat. You're like, what does that even mean? It means don't fall down. Oops. That was not the spot to step. Whoa. Whoopsie daisy. I'm at 11,400 right now. Junko Lake is up there at around 11,650. So I've got about 250 more vertical feet. And I'm still right next to the water. So I think I'm looking good. Yeah, it looks like these rocks are gonna mellow out a tiny little bit. Because what I was coming up was nasty. Super loose. Yeah, these rocks are much bigger and a lot more stable. I think I just need to get up there. And it looks like I've got more of the same all the way up to Junco Lake. Yep, looking at another 0.3 of a mile, which at the rate I'm going is going to take like 40 minutes. I don't know about this, guys. I think I'm pushing my luck in the danger zone here. Man, coming up to another snowfield, and I don't know if I'll be able to hike around this one. I'm going to try though. On second thought, this snowfield really doesn't look that steep. So I think I might try and walk directly across it. I wish I had some spikes, but I don't. I just got these old hiking boots that have zero grip left on them. Yay! Oh yeah, this isn't bad at all. Yeah, I think this is going to work out nicely. Because even if I slip and fall, I don't think I'm going to go anywhere. It's just not that steep. Oh yeah. This is actually a nice little break from those rocks. Because my right knee is hurting right now. Feels like a small midget beat me with a stick. And then I think if I can get across this snow and make it up those rocks out there, I think I'm just about gonna be out to the water. And this is crazy out here. This is the no fall zone. You don't want to have an accident because there's no one out here to help you. And I don't want to pay to get airlifted out of here. I think I'd rather just die. Like $100,000 for what? You should have just left me there. You guys think I'm joking when I say that, but I'm not. All right. Almost there. Yeah, I might have to glissade down that first snowfield on the way down. Get a little snow cone enema. And check it out. That actually worked. All right. Let's keep going. I'm still following the Karens. Dun, 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 dun. This is not Junco Lake. This is the little pond just before it. And this might be the end of the road. It looks like to the right are cliffs. And over here to the left is a snowfield. I think I'm going to try and get around the snowfield first. And then if that doesn't work, I'm gonna take it up and around the cliffs. And this is beautiful up here. This might be a nice place to die. I don't know. I'm up here in no man's land though. This is some savage terrain up here. Yeah, I don't know about that. Because if I lose my grip, I'm gonna slide right into the water. Huh. Yep. I'd probably be better off going up and over the cliffs. All right, now I've made it up on top of the cliffs, taking it over. And this is like the best terrain I've seen in forever. And I was catching glimpses of the water out there. I see it. I can't see it now, but I did see it just a few seconds ago. And I am going to stay on this grass as much as possible, and it should lead right on over. Whew. Yeah, I'm running really long on time now. I'm afraid to look at the clock. It's probably like 11 o'clock or something. And there it is, guys. Junco Lake. All right. I made it. And this was probably the hardest lake I've ever hiked to. Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome! It is just now 10:48. So that took me just under 5 hours to get out here. And this is beautiful. Junco Lake. And I was so worried about getting up here that I forgot all about my expired vitamin water. Expired June 22nd. Well, it's about 11:20 right now. I've been sitting up here at Junco Lake for about 30 minutes. But I hiked all the way up here, and now I got to get back down. So I think it's time to go. It's time to head on back. All right, let's do it. Let's take it on back. And the bad news is that it's probably going to take just as long to get from Junco Lake down to Bluebird as it did to get from Bluebird up here to Junco. Yep, I just need to take it slow and steady and make sure I get back down to Bluebird Lake in one piece. And then once I get back on the trail, it's going to be long, but it shouldn't be that hard. And the other bit of bad news is that my right knee is hurting. And that's my good one. But as I've mentioned in previous videos, I smashed it at work like a month ago, and it just hasn't recovered yet. So I had to bust out my ace bandage and wrap it up. Working my way up and around this first pond, and that is pretty. All right, the easy part's over. Time to drop it down the rocks. All right, let's take it back across the snow. And whoa! I was actually looking forward to this part. Save my knee a little bit. and I've made it down off the snow, and that was probably more dangerous than what it looked like, because I could have fallen into a crevasse. Or if I would have come down closer to this side over here, look at how hollow that is. I could have fallen right through that and blown a knee real easily. And believe it or not, but I'm coming down this thing about 2 times faster than it took me to get up it. I'm on a much better route coming down too. As much as I'd like to get on that snow and just slide all the way down, I don't think that'd be very smart at all. Look at how hollow it is right there, where the water's going under it. Yeah, I could very easily fall right through the snow at some point, and then that would be the end of the hike. So I think I'm just going to play it safe and stay on the rocks. It's going to be harder, but at least I know what I'm stepping on. The end of the rocks is in sight. I just need to work it down to the grass, staying to the right of the snow. As long as I keep moving slow and steady and in this direction, I'm doing good. I'm going to try and keep it up here on these bigger rocks. I think when I was coming up, I was right next to the snow, and that was super duper loose. Holy guacamole. Oh, come on, knees, hold together. In addition to coming down, I think what's making this so much easier is that I had stashed my poles. I was trying to use my poles on the way up, which did not let me have my hands free to grab onto rocks. So I think it made it a little harder. Not to mention, this is some serious pole bending territory. You start slipping and your pole goes down in between some rocks, and you hold on to it so you don't fall down, and you're just gonna bend it. I've done that so many times, not even funny. Yes, almost made it back to this minor little class 3 move, and then I'm almost down it. Oh my goodness, heck yes. And this was the single hardest move of the entire hike. Just this little step up right here. It should be pretty easy on the way down. I'm just gonna sit down. Yep. Not too bad. Oh man, I can taste the bottom down there. I can taste it. Hallelujah. I am officially off the loose rocks. It's just now 12:05. So that only took 45 minutes to come down. I'm not kidding, it probably took nearly twice that long to get up that part. I've made it back down to this really pretty part at the bottom, and I'm knocking some serious time off this descent. Yeah, I'm looking good. And I think down here has been my favorite part of the hike so far. This is amazing over here. Look at those shots of Meeker and Longs in the background. I think I'm going to stop once again right here at the water for a few minutes, fill up my bottle, switch my GoPro battery, and switch out my mic and receiver. And then I should be good all the way back down. I do love this spot. Yeah, if you hike it out to Bluebird Lake and want just a little more, I would highly suggest coming over here. It's a little adventurous, coming up and over the rocks, and I guarantee you'll have this all to yourself. And just like coming back down the rocks, I bet getting back through this part is going to be a lot easier too, now that I know where to go. And I apologize that this video is so long. It was just epic pretty much the entire time, and I couldn't put the camera down. Sorry. And that took an hour and 20 minutes to get from Junco Lake back down here to Bluebird Lake. And that's not bad at all. It's about 1:50 in the afternoon, and I've been coming down from Junco Lake for approximately 2.5 hours. And I finally made it back down to the Uzel Lake Trail split. I think it took me like 2 hours or something to get up here this morning, so it's not over yet. Made it back down to the campsite shortcut trail split. It's just now about 3:15 or so. So I've been coming down for 3 hours and 55 minutes. Looking at about another half hour back to the trailhead. And I have to laugh at what this person just said on the way up. She stopped me and she's like, maybe you would know. She's like, I dropped my water bottle into the water. Is there anywhere where it's going to collect at the bottom? I'm like, no. Maybe in one of the oceans somewhere, but that thing is pretty much gone. She's like, darn, that was $30. I'm like, yeah, don't feel bad. I think I'm gonna get a $75 ticket for my drive out this morning for not stopping completely while making a right-hand turn at a red light at 4:30 in the morning when nobody was around. Yeah, I saw the flash go off, so I immediately hit my brakes because I just paid one of those tickets last week, $75 for the exact same thing at the exact same intersection. When am I gonna learn? All right, and I'm back. Wild Basin Trailhead. It's just now 3:45. I had left down from Junco Lake at 11:20, so that took 4 hours and 25 minutes to come down. Took me 5 hours to get up there, 4:25 to come down. Total mileage, 14.4, with a net elevation gain of just over 3,600. Well, I hope you enjoyed that hike, and until the next one, y'all, peace.